evening, thank you and welcome for joining us. This is Farm Drive and my name is Gyoshe Mbogwa. And I'm welcoming you for a fantastic time. Let's work together as we run our enterprises as money making and profit making. And guess what? Today we are still here for Farm Drive, and of course with my co-host, this amazing lady. Very, 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 very amazing. Welcome, Zana.
Thank you.
I've said amazing several times.
Hey, the praises, man. Hey, they count. They really count. I really appreciate.
They really count.
Yeah, I used to be alone here, and right now, yeah, I used to talk to you just alone, but now you're two of us. It's a duo. Huh?
Yes.
How do you say about it?
Yes, it's a duo.
You just enjoy the viewing, enjoy the all the gossip. We have some gossip, just a bit of it to gossip, and then others.
Information that will propel every other farmer to run their farming as an enterprise.
Mino, how are you doing?
I'm doing very, very, very fine.
It's a Friday.
Yeah, at last the week is coming to an end.
What do you say? What do you say? The Friday mood. You understand? If you get it.
We are going to vacations all everywhere because at least our farms have produced well. So sometimes we say in Kiswahili ni wakati wa kuambia mwili pole.
Hey, pesa wewe. Nikikushika. Money, I'm really sorry. Where I went wrong, I'm sorry. Just come back, money. Hey, money, just come back. Right now, I could have booked a flight and I'd be like, "No, Diani, here I come." You know, no, I'd be like, just after work, I just go get a shower, change to the airport, flight, Ukunda. Then my weekend starts. Sunday night, do the same, or just lands on Monday.
I'll be somewhere getting more knowledge on coffee, and after taking coffee, I go around the different countries, of course, and that makes sense.
You remember that kid who used to study in South Africa, and they reside in Kenya.
So you used to go every day?
Every day with the chopper. South Africa. Imagine studying in South Africa and you stay in Kenya. A chopper just takes you to school, then picks you.
At our level, we have made the world a village through our mobile phones, but the others who are doing it practically. Like they are moving around.
Yeah.
And I think that is how we'll continue connecting everyone else, and especially the farmers. And I can't wait for those moments. I think they will be amazing. No, I'm just.
Okay, fine. It's fine.
I'm taking a flight all the way to South Africa or maybe Egypt.
Egypt is so close.
I'm just saying every day.
Every day. Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, keep in touch right here at Farm Drive, a farmers media where we connect, learn, and grow. Remember to follow all our social media platforms on Facebook at a farmers media, Twitter at a farmers_, and of course visit our website www.afarmers.com, and make sure you also follow me at Bosquin KE on all social media platforms, and let's take this conversation down.
Yes, don't forget also to follow me on my social media handles as we extend the conversation about farmers. And now, today is fun. Today is Friday.
Market Friday.
And yes, it's a Market Friday.
By that, make sure every Friday you tune in for Market Friday. This is where we discuss market trends. Yeah, we're going to the market. We're going to shop for the weekend. And definitely, who feels like... Nobody likes being disturbed on a weekend.
It's a time to earn. It's a time to make sure as a farmer, we look at the market. We analyze the market.
True.
We see the analysis of the market and the trends that are there in the market.
Yeah.
To give the farmer an advantaged position. And not to forget that by the time you're getting out of the market, you still have some goodies for the family for yourself, and you're a happy farmer because you never went for the expected losses.
Yeah, and of course,
profits.
And of course, on a Monday, you plan on a Friday and be like, go to the market, shop, look at the prices, get informed, and of course, on a Monday, after you do the harvesting and all that, you're sure your products are going at a good what price.
Yes.
You're not going to get a loss.
No losses, and we are maximizing our profits and minimizing our losses to the highest level. And today, it's also because it's Market Friday, and we're looking at market analysis and some of the trends that are there in the market that as a farmer you need to look out for and take advantage of them. So basically, what is market analysis? What are trends?
Yeah, that's why we are here today to discuss about it. Like, definitely, okay. To begin with, the market analysis. Now, these are the how you analyze the market, how it's going, like from the top going down. How has it been? How is it initially? How is it now? And what's going to happen in the future?
And how the market is performing.
And how it's performing, yeah.
Yes. So we can say in the past, the market was just physical. You had to go to the market, sell your products, shop your products.
Yeah.
But some of the trend is that you don't have to go to the physical market. You can still engage in the whole market scene, the whole cycle of market, even in your comfort.
At the comfort of your home.
Yes.
Just once you connect the internet, that's all you need. You can even get to know the prices that are maybe for the products in Nigeria, maybe maize in Nigeria, if Nigerian do maize. There's a video I saw somewhere. There's a friend of mine, she went to Nigeria, and she carried, she's a Kenyan. She carried maize flour and went with it to Nigeria. And she cooked ugali for the Nigerians, the Nigerian friends. Now, as she was recording how they're eating, they're like, we don't like this. It's not sweet. Like, how do you guys even eat? And they're like, okay, now we're eating poison. Like, what? Ugali, they're like, no, it's not sweet.
So they don't take ugali?
They don't.
Oh.
For them, they do yams. They pound them. They pound them into. They make something like ugali, but not from maize flour. From yams, cassava, all those.
So that, after doing an analysis of the market, you're like, there is a big gap of such in.
So they were like, for them, ugali is a foreign thing. And they feel like it's not sweet. So, for instance, if we discover something like, maybe if we like that, Kenyans can eat anything. That's the goodness of Kenyans. We can eat.
That Kenya has best soil.
Yeah.
Best, weather.
Yeah, and can cultivate anything.
Yes.
At the same time, when it comes to consumption, we can eat anything. So I feel like even the yams, the cassava I've eaten. I've even tasted gari. The Nigerian dishes I've tried. Yeah, there's a time I tried the jollof rice. No, I've not been to Nigeria, but there's a shop that sells. Now you see, for them, because we have Nigerians in our country, so someone just established, let me just open a shop for foodstuffs for Nigerians, so that when they come, at least they have somewhere to shop and they can enjoy their meals from our country.
From a far country.
Yeah, from a far country, of which they're in Kenya, they can enjoy their meals, and there's that convenience. You get. So I feel like if we could be establishing, maybe, even I've seen people in the US cooking ugali, and they're Kenyans tunapenda ugali.
I'm just like, this lady goes to the US and realizes, wait, there are many
Kenyans here. Yeah.
So
why don't I
start African dishes?
Yeah, that's how people try to establish how they're going to make money. You just establish a common thing that is not found.
So this is all about market analysis. So
Yeah.
you're saying market analysis is taking heed of the market. You're looking at the market. You're seeing what are the gaps. You're looking at the forces of demand and supply.
Yeah.
So simply meaning, I might not sell my produce right now. I'll wait for the next 2 weeks because probably the prices will have gone
high. Yeah.
So this is all about market analysis, looking at what the market is requiring right now, and also at times you look at in the next 3 months, the next 2 years, what will be the demand in the market.
You remember when it comes to maize flour, Kenyans will love ugali. And you remember...
I don't know, I love, you have really talked about ugali for...
I come from Trans Nzoia County, headquarters of Maize Production, not only producing but also consuming.
Okay.
Number one. Now you understand. No, cash crop za kwetu ni si mawaru, ni maize. It's maize, yeah.
Ugali? No, maize can only give you ugali.
Githeri?
Oh, githeri, yes.
Popcorns?
Popcorns? Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah. What else? Okay, I'm not sure. I'll just do more research on maize because that's what basically we do. So I was saying, you remember that time when we had a hike in terms of prices of maize flour? Initially it was 2 kgs at 90 Kenyan shillings.
Yes, I see.
But now it reached a point where right now 2 kg it's 230 plus, like double and something on top. Now you remember when the prices started doubling, there was no unga, like the flour. The supply was so low. Reason being, these people kept like the stores, the millers. I don't know if it's the millers or the people with the retail buyers who kept it to wait for the price to hike more so that they release.
So simply, I know there was a lot of politics that was around the whole issue. So, but you can also establish that there are times you can look at the market analysis and use it for your advantage and for the disadvantage of others.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It happens actually in the market, like in anything people sell. If mostly it affects agricultural products because you must eat, and agricultural products are mostly consumed. And so if you try to withhold them, like after some time,
everyone will be suffering. Everyone will be where do we get
this? Now you remember that time someone could tell you, now I'm selling this 2 kg at 200, and you be like, you have no option, you just buy.
And you'll have to eat ugali.
You have to definitely have to eat.
I think ugali is
you can't eat money.
The easiest meal to cook.
To prepare.
Yes.
It only takes 5. No. Maybe let's give 2 minutes to boil water, 3 minutes to,
Of course, it depends with what you're complementing it with. It's very easy. But listen to this. In a research paper that was done in 2021, it showed that the amount of production of agriculture in Kenya was at 19 billion. That is in 2021. And there is a projection that it will be growing by 8.6% annually. So 19 billion multiplied by 8.6 billion in the next concurrent years. That simply means agriculture sector is one of the sectors that will be booming in terms of exchange of cash. So we need to look at the market, analyze it, know what is the advantage. What is the advantage of the coffee farmer? What is the advantage of the maize farmer? And there are many ways that we can do our market analysis. And there is one model that is called the 4 Ps. That is P stands for?
P for like
pumpkin.
Okay, the 4 Ps. For in this case, you're talking about the product, the price, the place, and also the promotion. The 4 Ps. That's what we're talking about.
So you need to look at the product itself. What are you offering in the market? The next 2 years, what will be the value of this commodity? You're looking at the price. The trends of the price. An example is wheat farmer. When you're looking at wheat, what is the price of wheat right now? And when you look at it, what is the price of wheat in the coming years? And I don't know if wheat farmers had a bumper harvest in terms and profit. Especially there was the whole notion of Ukraine and Russia war.
How is it affecting wheat production?
Affecting wheat and affecting maize production, that is unga and those prices. There has been that conversation in the political scene. So probably I would think that wheat farmers had a lot of profits in terms of because there were shortages of these commodities. But you're looking at the price, you're looking at the place where you are, where is your market, where do you want to sell, do you want to export? So these are some of the things, and promotion, that is generally are we going to package them, are we going to add value? So that is all about market analysis. Yes.
Next one. So about the product, the price, the place, and the promotion.
Yes.
When you're going to talk about the product, is you identify the products you're going to, maybe your product, what are you producing?
Yes.
Basically, if you get to know what you're producing, you check the price. And also, after checking the prices, how your profit, how is it? Like, if you sell it, what will be your profit? Are you getting a profit? Yeah, the margin. Are you going to get a loss? Going to get more, or is it balanced? Also, when it comes to place, you check where is your market? Where are you going to sell it?
Very important.
There's no way today I decide to what is the most infamous crop that is grown.
Most of the times, if you want to think of infamous, you need to think of whatever was what do you call them? Whatever was planted by Africans in the long days before. There's a name we call these kind indigenous. Anything?
No, leave alone the indigenous. I'm trying to mean something that we as Kenyans or Africans don't consume.
What we don't consume?
Like something we don't consume. I don't know. There's this pepper. I don't know the variety of this pepper. It's a pepper. Pili pili. When I talk about pepper, I'm talking about pili pili.
Okay.
That is only consumed by Chinese. Is it Chinese, or I'm not really sure about that though, but I'll come back with it after I've done the research. So for instance, if you decide to plant that today, definitely you have to make sure you have the market outside, because who will buy it than the country?
So simply means you have access to
that market. And that's what we're talking about, the place. Where are you going to sell it? And of course the promotion. How are you marketing it? Are you like online? Are you going door by door? Like, are you making posters, branding t-shirts? Like, how are you promoting it so that people knows you are cultivating a certain thing or you're selling something? Like, if you decide, let's say, a big drawer of strawberries, definitely I'll approach the strawberry companies, the one that makes juice, the one that makes jam, others that are exporting, to make sure we link so that I get the market. So, how are you promoting it? The networks you have. Those are some of the things that you should consider.
So that simply means there is no day as a farmer I'll go to farm something because my neighbors are doing it.
Yeah.
So I need to
avoid that.
The price, the promotion,
the place, and the product.
Okay. Then we talk about the target market. When you are doing your market analysis, we need to look at what is our target market. What are some of the things that we need to look at the target market? Number one is market size. What do you have to tell us about market size? The market size of our target market.
Okay, the market size definitely. Okay, from my point of view, this is the potential. How do I put it? The potential size of the market. Like, I don't know if that's the right word to put it there, but how big or how small is your market? Like depending on where you're selling and what you're selling, is it big? Like with the response from the sales you make every day from that product, how is it? Is there a turn up? Do people buy? Do people, depending on how you move? If this market, for instance, if you're selling, what do people say? Like there's no way today, for instance, you plant maize here in Kajiado and go and sell it in Transway.
Or you're actually selling it to the actual producers.
The actual producers. So now you can imagine you I don't think you're going to sell.
Yes, the target market.
That you'll sell, but maybe very small quantity. But if you take here and take it to Lodwar, Turkana, other sides, Samburu, you'll definitely sell.
Okay.
Because these people will be like, now this food and we rarely get it, we'll have to buy. So, if you establish that, then it's going to be easy. Your size, how big or how small it is, that's how you need to define it.
So the size, the target, if you know the target market, you know what tons of maize, what kilograms of maize that will satisfy this target market. Okay. So I think it's important for a farmer to actually know where am I getting my market from. Then the other one is demographics. Demographic, it's all about the age, the gender, the education level of these individuals. So as we are analyzing the market, we need to know whatever I'm producing, who are my potential customers in terms of demographics. So demographics, we have said it's age, the education level, what else? The income, the levels of income. So these are some of the things that we need to look at. A good example is if you're targeting the older people, the older generation. I think Tuliwaita, they are the millennials.
No, we have millennials and the Gen Z. Millennials, I don't know. Did I tell you yesterday that millennials are usually better on Gen Zs? Have you ever realized that?
I've had that conversation somewhere. But Gen Zs are actually having their way out. They don't want to follow the laid down protocols that have been there. You see, they are always unwritten rules in a society. But Gen Zs are tending to be,
we come up with our own rules.
But it's also dangerous.
Who said, okay, I feel like this is something we need to discuss for a bit before we move forward. Who said that we should live the normal way? Like, you just found it, continue it. It's boring.
Well, it's a normal way, but it has worked for others. It has worked for us. That's
because it worked for you doesn't mean that it's going to work for me.
And because
that's why you find that we have different adaptation.
It didn't work for me, it doesn't mean that it won't work for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People have different ways of tackling
and
things.
We also need to preserve our culture, preserve who we are, our origin, and ensure we know where we're coming from.
Okay, fine. The origin here means that I need to be original. I don't need to follow what was there. I need to follow what I know is right for me. Like, what I'm trying to mean here is, we didn't have a manual that this is how once you're born, this is how you're supposed to behave from this age to this age, from this to this, until you die.
The point is, if you don't follow what millennials did, the point is you're still following something else. The risk is, what are you following? Because you must be following something.
Yeah, I'm following what I think is right for me.
You must be following something.
Yes. No, what is right for
me is what you have seen somewhere else.
Not really.
There is a big fear that we might not follow what is depending on what is the argument. It's either African, it's either whatever you were raised with as a clan, but mainly it's African. And most of the times we think we are running to whatever the Western nations or the Western are giving us. So that is the greatest fear.
Okay.
But the point is, whatever you follow, as long as you preserve dignity and preserve life, I think that's my stand.
But I feel like it's high time people give themselves, this is something you've ever wished to try. I'd be like, I want to live this.
Some of these things
accomplish that, because that might be a breakthrough.
Well, all I'm saying is this: as long as you preserve dignity and preserve life, and no one should, draw a line to where your potential should be. I think you should experience who you are. The innermost part of you.
Thank you.
Bring them out.
Yes, that's what I wanted you to say.
Become that great farmer, but make sure you don't run away from how you were raised, and it's very important. But anyway, we are saying, if I'm targeting the older group, high chances are there are things they don't take.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. For instance, if you're selling, Gen Z, we like junky. Okay, they like junky foods.
Yes.
But the millennials and, those others, they like the natural food, like something that, I don't know how to put it, but you understand.
I only take vegetables. I don't take vegetables. I don't take meat.
Okay, not taking meat doesn't mean that that meat is not junk.
It's not junk, but that is one thing that the older generation really wants to take vegetables more than anything else.
Okay, I feel like
they call them actually greens.
I feel like, okay, I have a friend. I have so many friends. Anyway, I need to reduce my circle. This is what I mean. Okay, there's this person, the way you're saying meat, for them, they don't eat, proteins are bodybuilding.
Okay.
And vegetables, they're vitamins.
Yes.
So you need to take a balanced diet.
Yes.
You need to take something that has carbs, that is carbohydrates, protein, and then vitamins. You get that's a balanced diet.
You're building your body. Okay.
Protecting it.
You're protecting it.
And at the same time, your energy.
Yes.
Energy giving, that is carbohydrates. So this one only takes proteins and vitamin. That is protein giving, either meat, milk, eggs, and vegetables and fruits. He doesn't take carbohydrates. If it has to, it's a small quantity.
What's the reason behind it?
Okay, the reason behind it is proteins. How do I put it? I don't know, but that's what it does. But that person looks so young. Actually, if you group him in the group of Gen Z, you'll think he's a Gen Z, but he's not.
Oh, so the secret is you don't take carbohydrates?
Okay, I feel like you should take carbohydrates in small quantities, vitamins in large quantities, and proteins in balanced. I don't know, it depends.
But you see, the nature of carbohydrates is carbohydrates comes in bulk. That is the nature.
That's how you consume it.
Yes, and you consume it. Because you look at 1 kg of ugali and 1 kg of anything else that is not carbohydrate. You cannot, and at times the amount of ugali you take with, whether you're taking with any vegetables, is so high, so big. In fact, there was one video station ran some kind of a feature of a young man who would take 2 kilos. Is it 2 kilos?
2 kgs of ugali.
Yes, and a small portion of carb.
But personally, I eat different. Actually, when it comes to balancing food, I prefer taking a lot of veggies than carbohydrates, because I'm not a protein person.
Now that's what we are saying when you're looking at demographics.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about honey, if you're a beekeeper, you see what demographics? Do you go to the young or to the older?
Nowadays, a lot of people have stopped using sugar, and they're using honey
Yes.
in place of sugar. But I don't know who told you that honey plays a role of sugar. Who lied?
I am not an expert in that.
But that's okay. That's what they feel like. I think just there to sweeten, but not to add the nutrients. But that's what they do. I don't understand the chemistry behind that, but I'm here to know why is it that you supplement? No, you substitute honey with sugar. Okay, that was initially where
It began with the whole conversation of I think it was
the mercury in
Yes, the
sugar. Yeah, that's when the consumption of honey became so high. And nowadays honey is expensive.
so expensive.
Yeah.
So if you're a beekeeper, definitely you want to focus on a certain kind of a generation, a certain age. They, of course, all of them will buy, but the others who tend to be their purchase level is higher than the rest.
Okay, for me, I feel like when it comes to honey, for us, for our generation, they purchase honey because of skincare routine. I know it's a shock. You didn't know that. Yeah.
Munajipaka ama munakunywa?
Unapaka asali. You mix honey and milk. Top notch. Yeah. You get a flawless skin. I know. Surprise!
That is not okay, wait.
You're still processing.
That's a new one. Yes, that's a new one.
You've never heard of that.
Lakini haijathibitishwa. Tafadhali.
No, it is. Go check out.
It works.
Honey is the best for skin. Go try out for 1 week. Just go do a 1 week therapy of just using honey to apply.
Of buying honey, then get some listings. Maybe they won't. Now, gender. Tell me, gender. Are there stuff? Is there a produce you can that probably men tend to be drawn to than women, or women tend to than men?
Okay, I feel like health-wise, men are always advised to eat a lot of fruits, especially watermelon.
But do they do men take fruits compared to women?
Okay, no, most women does than men. I don't know, but if you find these men who are a bit aged, like 35 plus, you'll find them having that, protecting their immunity, trying to strengthen the immunity because they're getting old. That's when you find them eating.
Okay.
But generally, ladies take more fruits than men. Because, as a lady, I just walk and find someone who is just made pudding and you eat as you move. And men be like, no, me, eat.
It doesn't even cross your mind.
Yeah, but that's something that you need to change. And for me, in terms of gender, women are the one who goes to the market a lot to purchase groceries and do a lot of shopping, maybe for the kitchen. So while you're doing your market analysis and trying to check into, the demographics, consider where you're going to, what you're going to do. Because women are the ones who cook most of the time, and they know the kitchen, the flavors and everything that is needed for the cooking. So they know which spices to be used, ingredients. So
wow. So
you know what to do.
So you target women. Women tend to buy more.
Okay.
Or to purchase.
It depends with where you are. There are places where men are the ones who go to the market. There are places where women. There are places where both.
Which is rare.
When you go to a student-based place, where that's where you've opened your grocery or your shop for selling these products. Definitely, you'll receive both genders because students will buy both. But hey,
location. Where are you going to sell? The location.
The location now depends on what you're producing.
So
because I'm not being tribalistic, I'm not trying to be. My next statement. Now, there's no way. Okay, if you were to sell potatoes, if you take potatoes to the coast, they'll be used to make
there's that stuff where the
bajia. Yes. Yeah, they use it to make bajia, but not eating it. But if you take potatoes to Central,
you have potatoes in every meal.
Breakfast potatoes, waru. Lunch waru, supper waru. Yeah, it never misses in there. I have a neighbor. My neighbor cooks waru daily. Every now I meet him when he goes to buy something. When you're going to buy, maybe he's going to purchase dinner and all that. He'll be like, I'm going for potatoes. What do you take today for supper? Potatoes. I'm like, dude, didn't you even get tired and be like,
in fact, I
know. Lakini hata nichonge waru.
So if that is your target, is as far as potatoes are concerned, you
have the market.
You have the market.
Yeah. But
okay.
If you take potatoes to Tanzania, they'll be like, no, we only do potatoes once a week when it's necessary.
Christmas, when you're looking for something.
Mashakura. Hey, but Mashakura, yo.
Well, we are looking for markets. Now, tell me, there is this farmer who wants to supply to institutions of learning. High schools,
Yeah. Okay, in high schools or primary schools, generally, even campuses, they're those which cook, So, you have to, first of all, you have to do your research. What do they consume? What do they consume most? If it's, vegetables, they consume either sukuma wiki or cabbage, know the quantity, how much, in what quantity do they use, so that when you're bringing it, and make sure you're in agreement. There's a written agreement that you'll be supplying vegetables or, anything, any agricultural product to their institution. So that you be sure. You don't go to the farm, you'll be like, I need 3 bags of sukuma wiki. I'm taking it somewhere. Then boom, you reach the school and they're like, no, we already gave out the tender to someone else. So, that's a loss.
And you're not paid.
Yeah. So make sure when you're going to get such tenders, make sure you get a written agreement, so that you two agree, like, this is what I'm supplying at this cost and this is what you're paying me, and there are some terms that you need to agree on to. And also check the location. Yeah.
Very important.
In Western, you can't supply waru.
But basically, for institutions of learning, not unless you went to a group of schools, most of the times it was Gizeri never missed in a single day. So if you're in for maize farming and beans farming, probably that will be a good venture. When you look at the market analysis, that will be a good venture.
But it depends where you started with Githeri. Not all schools offers Githeri. Yeah, it depends. I'm just being fair. Where I went, it only came once.
Once a day?
Like maybe once a week or twice a month.
What are you taking the rest of the day?
My goodness, let's not go there. Shout out to my high school. I'm not going to tell you where I went to high school. Yes. We never took Githeri.
We literally took Githeri every day.
Nah.
If it was not lunch, then it was supper.
For us, we used to do rice.
No, let's stick to Githeri.
Rice, up to now. But...
Not reliable for a chemistry lesson. No.
Why?
No.
Sometimes we were given ugali at lunch.
So from the analysis, if I want to supply to your school, as I'm looking at the market, so I'll either supply
rice, beans or maize flour. Yeah.
So basically this is how you look at the market, and you can see the trends that are going on in the market and know your location and where you're going to purchase, and also to supply and to know your market. Finally, the trends, they say that women tend to be they buy stuff probably that they don't need most of the times. They just buy from, just thinking. Okay. And men tend to be so. In fact, someone said in Nairobi, if you're walking behind a woman, high chances are that you will walk slow. True or true?
It's true, because there is a lot to look at, a lot to see, a lot to mesmerize and be like, damn.
So the one,
no.
This lady is walking in the street of Nairobi
while looking
she
side.
She never had the intention of buying any piece of clothes, anything. And she doesn't have money, but she will stop, kagua, and then move on.
Yeah, because they say kuangalia ni bure, kubeba ni pesa. Mbona nisifurahishe watu?
So women tend to be more to purchase more than men. So if that is your target, you look at some of these things. Competition. How do you deal with competition as you're looking at the market trends?
Okay, competition. Nothing lacks competition.
True.
Like, I don't think if you are in a business where there's no competition, then just know you're in the wrong business. Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you learning from? Who is giving you the pressure to, to work hard, to put more effort, to be open-minded?
The government, maybe, so you don't have competition.
No.
That cannot happen. So in every industry,
even the government itself has opposition. So definitely you have to wake up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can swallow the opposition.
I don't want to get into politics. Now we are in the competition. So I was saying, if you're doing a business that doesn't have competition, then you need to review it. Competition is competition has its advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
That's one thing. Like, it happens. For instance, today I'm selling let me use what I have. I'm selling this pen, and he's selling the same pen, but for him this one goes for 250 shillings. For him, he's selling at 270 shillings. Who is going to get buyers? You get. Or maybe I sell this pen and on top I add you a sweet. Maybe sweet or something, just to.
I'm selling at the same price.
Yeah, the same price, but it has something on top, like it's a gift. That one, that's how you try to be creative. And you'll find when you go to town or to the market, you find people selling tomatoes. There's so many people selling tomatoes or oranges, anything. Pale marikiti. You're the one who chooses where you go. So, how you package your things or your products depends, like, how is it going to attract customers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing. For instance, if I walk to the grocery shops, and I usually walk fast, go around, as just checking before I decide where I'll stop and purchase.
Okay.
They are all selling the same thing and the prices are the same. But how are you packaging them?
Also, that's why I saw when you walk in the streets, you'll find that nowadays there's a way they wanapanguza an orange. It looks
the way they have arranged there's that attraction, that pulls you. That's something that is catchy. Yeah, you find women sitting on the street and they are selling all kinds of fruits. They are all selling the same type of fruit. But you no wonder who is going to be. What makes that person different for you to makes it catchy so that you can go and purchase. Okay. So if someone usually arranges their fruits well and that person gets more customers than you, then you have to sit back and look, why don't I get customers? What is it that she's doing different and that I'm not doing? we are selling at the same price. What is it that I'm not doing that she's doing? Now, that's how you wake up. Be like, okay, tomorrow, now this is how she arranges her fruits. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be creative. I'm going to arrange, like, let me say, my oranges and put something on top. Or I am saying, if you buy 2, I add you 1 free. That's a competition. You've already, you'll get more customers than her. So, competition will always be there. So it's you to come up with something creative and how you're going to beat them. Something catchy, something that's going to make you different from others.
Okay.
Just be unique, be different, and you're going to beat it.
As you analyze the market, so we are saying you need to look at the available competitors. Whether it's your fellow farmers or at the brokers or it's anything important.
Yeah.
So if it's sugar, we know most of the times sugar farmers are racing with some imports and all that stuff. There was also a big outcry for chicken farmers because of imported eggs.
Yeah.
So these are some of the market trends that you need to look at.
So that you be aware. And we remember you have direct and indirect competitors. We have those that this is direct. This is a competitor directly.
This is my neighbor.
Yeah. And the ones who are indirect, for instance, I know I just come, you're selling this. At how much are you selling it? Okay. And then this person goes and finds something, maybe a replica of that, and comes and sells it at a cheaper price or the same price. That competition, it will always be there.
Yes.
So expect it at all costs. Always.
So, in a nutshell, that competitors and competition will always be there. So, it is in your view and it is in your place to make sure you have a market analysis and make sure you are engaging in an endeavor that has probably less competition. And if there is competition, we know how we're going to be outstanding on that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more of this. But when we are getting back, we'll be looking at the importance of market analysis. What is the importance of market analysis? And why should a farmer engage in market analysis? Is it a waste of time? Is it acting advantageous to the farmer? Or what is the reason? And we're also looking at some of the shifts in
consumer preference,
yes, that even as a farmer you need to think of and align yourself to that. We'll be back after the break.
There's this post. Kenya is transforming from a linear to circular economy, and it's now a government regulation that producers extend their responsibility to the post-consumer.
Smart farmers know savings are important. They can help you through hard times, like when you have poor yields, or help when buying inputs in the new season, paying your labor, or if you want to start planting a crop you have not grown before. Work out how much you can afford to save each month and stick to it. If you can make extra money, add it to your savings. Say for example you need 20,000 shillings for the next planting season. Plan to save 5,000 shillings each month for 4 months. Think about where you'll keep the money that you are saving. Bank is a good option. Your money will be safe, and if you keep it there for long, you can make interest. Remember, some bank accounts you have to pay for, so try to find one that's free. Keeping your money on your mobile phone is also good. To have healthy cows that produce well, you need to feed them with enough energy from fodder crops, proteins from supplements like dairy meal and legging plants such as Caliandra, along with minerals, vitamins and water. For a healthy cow weighing 380 kilograms, it will need to eat 1 bale of hay a day, which is the same as 20 kilograms of fresh fodder. If you are growing your own fodder, you'll need about 1 acre per year to feed 1 cow, 1 heifer, and a calf. Good fodder grasses include disease-resistant Napier grass, Bracharia, and panicum grasses. If you don't have enough land to feed your cows, then you'll need to buy extra fodder from other places. Remember to always have clean water available to your cows. If you want your cows to produce plenty of good milk, make sure they are always well fed.
Welcome back. This is Farm Drive, and I hope you're enjoying the show today. And we are talking about a very, very, very simple topic. And we're talking about market analysis and trends. What do you need to consider as a farmer when you're looking at the market? When you're doing the market analysis and when you're choosing what in which market you're going to take on. So we say that you need to look at the demographics. That's the age. There are a couple of things we have said you need to look at. And I think it's important. So we are simply now asking, what is the importance of engaging in market analysis? Is it that important that as a farmer will consider, doing it and investing also in it? What is the importance of doing market analysis? So you said market analysis is just looking at the market, looking where are you disadvantaged, where are you advantaged, which market would you, which is the new market, which market do you need to enter, which market do you need to exit. So there are a couple of things you need to look at. So you said you look at the price, the place, promotion, what else?
Product.
The product.
And before we continue, there's this message from the Crop Life Kenya that I've been saying it on the social media on my X. It's called the X page.
Okay.
You know what X page is?
Please educate us.
Twitter.
They changed the icon.
It's not only the icon, but also the whole app from Twitter to X.
Okay.
Now from X, it's the message from Crop Life Kenya. It says Kenya is transforming from a linear to a circular economy. Basically what you're talking about. It's now a government regulation that producers extend their responsibility to the post-consumer and disposal stages of products life cycle to promote environmental conservation. So you as a producer, you are there are 4 steps you follow. You produce, you distribute, you consume, then you dispose. And then after disposing, you just recycle again. The circular economy, it basically means that production that has little impact as possible. Whatever you're producing, let it have little impact to the environment by following 3 principles. At least we are trying to conserve environment. Reduce the amount of waste produced, reuse the items as much as possible before replacing them, and also recycle items whenever possible. If we head to that, definitely we're going to do good. And agricultural, these farmers are advised, the containers that carry agrochemicals mostly. Yeah, they just find someone has done spraying and just dispose the bottles, the containers just anyhow. And that how much it's going to cost the environment.
So it simply means whatever you are bringing to the market, it's probably reusable, or you have a mechanism or a cycle where you can get them back, probably just for the aim of conserving the environment.
Yeah, and that's why we have the linear and the circular economy. And linear basically means that the traditional model where raw materials were collected and transformed into products that consumers use until discarding their waste, and no concern for the environmental. So this is the linear is the one which you use and dispose it anyhow. But now the circular one, you reuse, we're trying to conserve the environment. So basically, as much as we are talking about agribusiness, look at that also.
Wow.
Our environment is important.
True.
Yeah, as we move on to the importance of market risks.
I want to ask, are there any risks involved in the market?
A lot. Yeah. We have risks.
Yeah.
Nothing lacks risk.
Okay.
Because in the market, you can either get a loss or profit. You don't know what you can get. So definitely that's a risk, because you just ventured into agribusiness and you're not sure what is the outcome.
Yes.
So you might either get a risk. You have to risk for you to get either profit or loss, because it's unpredictable.
Yes.
So we have risks. Because for instance, you can take your produce, you're on your way taking to the market, God forbid, then you get involved in an accident, all your products go bad, they spoil.
On transit.
That's a loss.
Yes.
And that's a risk. Transporting itself, it's a risk.
Or I thought I'm going to sell this produce at 50 shillings.
And then you get to the market, it's flooded. You can only sell them at 10 shillings.
So does that give us another reason why we need to do market analysis?
Yeah.
Tell us, what is the advantage and importance of market analysis?
Number one, if you do, first of all, the research. If you do the research, let's start with the research, the importance of doing market research. Number one, if you do the research, you just get to advise a farmer about the produce and the product they produce. First of all, if you do the research, you advise the farmer, this is the product that you produce, and this and this. Yeah, just tell them more about the product. That's number one, before even getting into the production stage, so that you are aware of what you're producing and the consequences, what you'll undergo, what you'll need, do's and don'ts.
Yes.
Very important. Number two, the farmers determine, once you do the research, it helps a farmer to determine how much to be charged for the product. Now the price, if you've harvested, we normally know where it comes from, one bag of maize that is 90 kgs, while during harvesting, after harvested and all that, one bag goes for at least 3,500 or 3,000. So you can't sell it. You can't sell it below that.
Okay.
When there are plenty in the market. But
so that's the minimum price.
That is the minimum price.
Okay.
So that's something you usually know once you're aware. Okay. Because if you're not, and someone who is aware knows, okay, I'm not selling my maize at this point, I'm waiting for it to reach 6,000 so that I sell.
So you definitely know the lowest you can go
and the highest you can go.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other one, if you do the research, it assists the farmer to develop a production plan. Definitely have a plan, this is what I'm going to do. If I harvest at this point, this is what I'll get. If I plant at this point, this is how it's going to be. This is the outcome. So if you plan, if you get to know about whatever you're producing, you will get to have the plan. I know, I want to harvest at a season whereby there's less, the production is less. I'll be where you'll be the only one producing.
The only one in the market.
Yeah, the only one in the market, or just few of you, or when the product is most needed.
When the demand
is high. Yeah. So if you get to know that, here, we are on which month? August. So we know July, we usually have high supply of tomatoes.
Yes.
And towards September, October, there's low.
Yes.
So that's when this is when I'm going to sell, to produce, and give it 3 months. And after 3 months, your 3 months starts on, gets your tomatoes will be ready between September, October, or November,
So you're able to
or
count
even
in the
December.
seasons.
You are able because you've already had a plan. And this one will ensure that you have the customer demands satisfied. Like this, that satisfaction. That is the importance of doing the research. Now, when you come to the importance of doing market analysis. Now, number
you
one,
already have the information.
you already have the information.
The various markets you have had from the experts and from the rest, from the consumers.
Yeah. It makes it easier for you to make the resource allocation. This is whereby you plan, like I'm going to allocate this amount of money to a certain, farm to buy this, if there's labor involved, anything. If it's a shop you're opening up to sell groceries, I'm going to pay this for this shop to employ some 2-3 people to manage the shop, and also the products. And also, where you're going to buy the products. So you'll have a plan of how much you're going to spend and how they're going to reach that where you are.
And I think one thing that really poses a challenge to any farmer is the cost of labor.
Yeah.
Because most of the times we don't count the cost of labor because it fluctuates.
Yeah.
Sometimes you never planned you will do weeding, but it's necessary now. You never planned about it, so it fluctuates so much. The cost of harvesting. So when you're able to do market analysis, you're able to make informed decisions.
Yeah.
And have resource allocation.
Yeah.
Especially in the market.
In the market.
Yes.
And finances. That's the key.
It's challenging.
Finances are the key. Like, you have to, you just have to put it like it's the first thing that determines your outcome.
And I think we need to do practical record keeping, especially about the market. Because if you have good record keeping of what you have earned from the market, you'll be able to prepare yourself for the next season.
Yeah.
Tell us about competitive advantage. How, with the market analysis, what is the importance of market analysis in terms of competitive advantage? In terms of this farmer placing himself or herself above others?
Okay, as I said before, we were talking about the competition, which I said it's very important. When analyzing the market trends, positioning your products, according and the services according to how you're offering them. Like, ask yourself, who do I sell to? That's the first question. And who has the highest sell and why? So if you get that you're the one or someone is doing better than you, you have to review and check, what am I going to do to improve so that the product I'm selling have the highest customers, or the services you're offering has the highest customers.
Yes.
Definitely you have to check. Do your research. That's why we need it. And know what are you going to do better so that you beat this other person. Of course, we always have people in the industry. So definitely you have to come up with something unique, something different, something catchy that is going to make sure or earn you the crown of being the best and selling the most.
And sometimes I think sometimes you're told to think outside the box, but we can take a little bit of shortcut and do what a farmers media does. It connects you.
Yeah.
It gives you an opportunity to learn
and grow.
So you come and meet other farmers who are not even in your market, and you realize there is something they are doing that is giving them an advantage in the market. And so you can take that opportunity and engage in it.
Yeah.
Now let's do an analysis of a potato farm. So a potato farmer is in the market. How do I boost my competitive advantage? Just a good example of potatoes. Do I package them? How do I package them? How do I decide the price? Do we add some value in it, value addition, in terms that probably we can produce there are some these small crips that ladies love.
Okay, of course, potatoes make crepes, make French fries,
Yes,
makes bajia,
a lot. But
You
how do
can
you
make
position
mashed
yourself?
potatoes. Now, that one depends with your what's the target.
Yes, the target market.
The target
So you're taking us back from where we began. The target
market. Who is your target? For instance, if you are selling potatoes to okay, it depends with like the targets. So let me break down to this. If you're selling it to somewhere close to schools and institution, definitely the people will buy are those who makes chips.
Okay.
Buy potatoes and cook them into chips. Fry them. Chips, crisps, and all that. If you're taking it to the restaurant, in restaurant we have several. They make those who make mashed potatoes, like those who makes, a lot.
So there are market gaps available for a potato farm.
A lot.
For example, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have a lot, and also it depends on who you're selling to. There are those people who love potatoes. Like you said earlier, I don't want to mention, I don't want to soundtrack.
Today they'll boil, tomorrow
So
they'll smash them. Tomorrow is,
not smash, they'll mash.
They smash them. Yes, that one, mash. And the other day, they will do what? They will...
Others bantam potatoes.
Oh, yes.
You've ever eaten burnt potatoes?
Yes.
You've ever?
Yes.
It's the sweetest.
Especially in the morning.
I've ever tasted. There's one, let me tell you a story of potatoes. I went to this friend of mine. She's a Kikuyu friend. Kelly, wherever you are. Now, we're like, I'm cooking ugali. But, no, chongawaru. I'm like, you're peeling potatoes. What's happening? And she's like, today I'm cooking for you. Just relax, I'm cooking. And at the same time, she's like, chop for me the spinach and few branches of skuma wiki. And I'm like, I don't take skuma wiki, so let me just use the spinach part. Yeah. And she was like, it's fine. So I washed, chopped, and I'm like, I'm saying, okay, the potatoes, they're boiling. Hey, and now, okay, she's smashing them. I'm like, okay, I thought you said you're making ugali, and she's like, relax. Now, she takes the spinach, adds the potatoes, and then makes something like, it was a bit, I don't know, uji kind of, it was just heavy like porridge, And then she picks maize flour and add, and I'm like, what are you making? And she like, I'm making, no, this one is not really ugali. And she's like, it's called gojagoto.
Yes. So that's the name. Welcome home.
Now, I was like, what are you making? Gojagoto. I'm like, no, this one is a mixture of maize flour, potatoes, and spinach. All in one. In fact, if it were me, I could cook ugali on its own, potatoes on its own, and spinach on its own. Now, that's what she made. Like, I was like, madam.
You even don't need greens. That one is self-explanatory to the stomach.
You're confusing the stomach, manze. No. Like, okay, it felt weird. For me, it tasted... no, it wasn't sweet.
It wasn't good?
No. For me,
I'll try and make one for you.
No, I don't want. I saw it how she made it, and I was like, yeah. It's just that I'm your visitor today. I just have to go with what you're cooking. And I was like, I wish I just said I could cook for you, not you cooking, because that's how you consume it.
Rarely do you do that, but at times you just want to. It's the same way you are seated in your house and you're thinking of a new recipe and you want to come up with a new meal.
But that's a Kikuyu meal.
Yes. So this grandmother was seated somewhere and she was like, yeah, I have unga, I have potatoes, and none is enough for a meal today, so I can mix them. In fact, if that is cooked well, you don't need greens. It's very sweet. Very, very, very sweet.
I'll stick with mokimo.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, I'll just stick with mokimo. Mokimo sweet. At least mokimo is sweet.
That's a child to the ngojagoto. So you need to begin.
No way. No, okay, fine. Let's do this. We will one day go to the kitchen. We will do our show from the kitchen.
No problem.
And you cook for us that gojagoto.
I'll make sure I do it. I'll make sure.
But let me tell you guys, it's not sweet. For real, it's not. No, I'm not trashing it.
It's not sweet to eat.
No, for me, I'm just giving my opinion.
Well,
it's not
I'll
sweet.
Make sure I
but
for you,
okay.
It will be nice.
I wish you could just come up. So the lady who came up with that's why the lady was called.
No, okay. I don't know the story behind it. But I think it's the same way that you just seated in your house and you're thinking of a new type of food, and you're thinking if I take this and this, I mix, it gives you something.
Okay, I've done several cookings. Have you ever eaten a chapati that is made out of wheat? What is it called? The red name. Why is this name disappearing?
The red?
Beetroot.
No, I know it will be the first if you cook. And I know it's this weekend. So I know this weekend will be the first time. So thank you.
Now, if you're going to, I think we need some cooking lessons. CEO, wherever you are, the producer, wherever you are, director, I know you're listening, you're watching. We just need to invent like a 30-minute or a 1 hour, or our second hour will be a cooking session. We just get to the kitchen, prepare everything. At least let's make people learn how to cook different meals. And we'll start with that. You know, it's red in color.
One of the days we get to the kitchen.
I think we should invent either one day of the week.
We give ourselves a thumbs up and we get to even prepare something that as a farmer you can prepare, pack, and
go there to the farm.
It's also a way of looking at, yes, exactly. Especially nowadays, from what market analysis has brought is that nowadays there are many online platforms where you can purchase food.
Yeah.
And they are brought to your doorstep.
They do deliver. I know of some delivery. Initially, I used to.
You used to do
yeah, like you just order, like, there's this app. Okay, you just download it, and there's couple of products. There's kumawiki, there's kales, the Chinese cabbage, so lettuce. You just tap and be like the way you just do shopping online. You just tap and be like the quantity. You put the quantity. You check the amount, quantity amount. Then you fill your basket. Then you order. And they do delivery right at their doorstep.
So we can look at the market and realize there are many people who are in the corporates.
Yeah.
And today they are not able to cook and carry food. So we can look at the market and we think of if I start a small delivery around town, I have a good niche of the market. Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, now I thank God, like at least now we are evolved. We have the tech. The tech is improving, the internet, we're growing so fast, getting to learn new things. There's a lot that is happening out here. Right now, if you're a farmer, you can decide, I never knew we can plant Chinese cabbage right in our country, but we do. Chinese cabbage,
yes.
You know where it comes from,
and
China. And we even consume.
Yes.
Due to, maybe this person saw it from the net and decided to look for the seeds, tried it, and now it's picked.
And the funny fact is that it does well in the Kenyan weather and in the Kenyan soil.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot to learn, and also, don't just be stuck to the old ways and be like, no, this is the culture, this is what we found, we'll have to live as per it. I'm talking to you.
So we can change as long as we stick
As long as you say we can change, that's my point, and that's exactly what I was trying to drive home. Thank you.
Now, tell me about, there is something we call supply chain management, where you look at the market analysis. You definitely know when you need to supply, when you don't need to supply, what prices you are expecting when you are getting to the market. You simply look at the forces of demand and supply. And you're also looking at the most efficient ways of supplying the product.
Yeah.
Like we have said, you can begin a small household kitchen where you're cooking pilau.
Yeah.
And you're distributing to corporates.
Yeah.
A good example is, let's say the government has a project. They want to build an institution of higher learning, a university around Kitengela, and you're a farmer. Okay, so what opportunity do you have when looking at that and you're analyzing the new market that is coming? Okay, what opportunity do you have knowing that you're around students, you're around a big institution of higher learning that has a bigger population? So how can you analyze it?
Okay, as per how I'm viewing it, if that's what, like, for instance, if that's what they're trying to do, or that's the picture we have as a farmer. If I was a farmer at that point, around that place, yes, I'll make sure I do a supply, like do my research and know what do students love, what can I come up with that I'm sure if I start it, it's going to do well.
And it's appealing to them.
And it's appealing to them, and you're sure at the end of the day you'll get customers. First of all, you can consider having a fresh juice. You start a fresh juice, something. Like you make juices from different flavors, different fruits, because definitely nobody hates juice. And you just sell them at affordable prices. You will get a lot of customers from the students.
Chips.
Selling of fruits also the same. Even chips, it depends. There are those who prefer junk, there are those who prefer concrete food. So it all depends. So you all start one by one and ask. These students are joining. They are coming to that place. Ask them. Just do a research. Be like, Sasa, how are you doing? You're doing good? Okay, what do you people like? What do you guys like having, like eating? What else? You ask. Take do your research. Go to the ground. Collect data. Understand them. What do they like? What don't they like? Give them like a platform to review what you're selling, and you'll be improving. And the more you improve, the more you attract a lot of customers, and that's how you're going to expand your enterprise.
So if I have a juice parlor, so they're coming to buy juice, and I'm just asking them, okay, so what else?
Do you like the juice? Do you like it? Yeah. Do I add it's a mango, mango is usually yellow. Do I add it a food color for it to be red? That's no, I'm just trying to drive my point home.
That's market analysis. That's getting information so that you sit down and you're looking at it in terms of, if I add chips, those are chips, what is the profit expected?
Yeah.
Added to whatever I'm already doing right now.
Yeah, and maybe you find out that these people, they be like, you're producing juice, you can add mocktail, cocktail at least. And also, you have if you start with several flavors and see which one is most consumed.
Also,
the one that is most consumed, that's the one that you put more into it.
So at times I can even begin with mango, because probably I'm only able to do that. After I'm doing mango, which other juice do you want?
No, if you want, the best thing to do, have mango, have pineapple, have strawberry. Do a mix of them, the one that is mixed, maybe a mixture of this and this. See what they like. If they like pineapple, or there's this fruit, passion is mine. I love passion. So if people love passion more, Then you have to look for a market of passion, like a supply, someone who is going to supply with fresh passion, so that you take them into in bulk, so that you have more production. If they like mangoes most, that's what you're going to stock. And they'll be like, maybe at some point they'll be like, if 2-3 people comes and ask for maybe orange juice and you haven't been having, that's when you introduce the orange and see how it's going to pick. Yeah.
Finally, market expansion and price setting. The advantage of market analysis. You're able to expand your market.
Yeah.
You're able to know if you're going to deal with imports, with exports, the local market, a different county. And you're able to, I think you mentioned about price. You're able to know the lowest you can go and highest you can go in selling your produce.
Yeah.
So market analysis is it's very, very important.
Very.
What are some of the shifts in consumer preferences that as a farmer you're engaging in the market? You're a cooperative, you're a group of farmers, you're engaging in the market. Some of the shifts in consumer preference. One, we said about health.
Yeah, very important. Actually, if we're trying to produce or sell something, the health content should be very high.
So consumers want something they know
it's healthy. Yeah, of course, I just can't come to buy something that is not healthy or something that is not benefiting to my health or contributing. At the end of the day, health comes first. So you have to look for something that is healthy, something that you are sure, and most people prefer organic.
Yes.
Let them have, the organic one than the inorganic. So if you produce, your products are organic, they are, chemical free, you attract more customers.
So you'll have more customers.
You'll have more customers.
So if you're going organic.
You actually organic, if today you produce something that is organic, free from any chemicals, and you say I'm exporting, you have a market, ready market.
I think that one will mention with some of the technology that has come with the market trends, and there are technologies that can assess the level of
chemicals. We have that.
If you're exporting.
Yeah, that's how they check it. Cause anyway, if I it's so easy. Take something that is organic and something that is inorganic to just a commoner and be like, can you differentiate? Definitely won't. But because we have something to test, that's how they analyze and be like, easily, and be like, no, this one, the chemical content is too high, so it can't be. And this one has 0 content of chemical. Now, this one is safe. So people are good.
There are ethic concerns about this, and one I think I heard about bananas. There is a way bananas are harvested and they are kept to get ripe. So there's something that some people add. I don't know what that they add.
It's called.
It makes the banana look so yellow, and they say that's kind of dangerous. You need.
It's methane gas.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's methane gas. So that one it makes banana ripe in 2 days. You can imagine. And it has even avocados. That is, avocados takes 5 to 7 days to ripe. Now it takes 2 days. Methane gas. They just exposed to methane gas and it's ripe.
So
and I know,
can you tell the difference between
okay, personally I can.
So what's the difference?
I can. Okay, it's eye-centered feeling. That one you can tell from that, unless I've been raised from Ushago, so I can tell the difference. But if you're used to, I tend to feel you always see. You can always differentiate if you're keen and you're a person who's been interacting with this.
Oh, you've been in the market. You've
been in the market. You've always gone to buy to purchase. You'll tell the difference. You'll always see. You see this banana, the what do you call it? That's a tip that is holding the banana, the bunch. It's still green, but the banana is yellow, very yellow. You'll tell. Definitely know that this one. It's not. It is usually somehow turning black in a way. when it's ripe.
Okay.
So that's how you tell. And not all, but anyway, because I feel like these people have a reason why they do it. Because you are selling bananas, the ones that have just arrived, people want ripe bananas. The ones that have just arrived are not ripe.
Are there any
and they are in demand.
Are there any health complications?
Oh, I'm not really sure, but methane is associated to cancer in a way. Yeah. Liver. I had liver. There's an article I was reading, though I didn't finish, but I'll just get back to it to have more info about it.
Oh,
but you can also check.
So consumers are more concerned about their health.
Health, something that is nutritious, the freshness, that's what attracts people and be like, no, this one, if I take it, it's healthy. The other one, those are some of the nutrition level that people are usually concerned about. Is it GMO free? People look at a lot. So if you want to get a good market and all that, you should consider what people are saying. What are you hearing? What are these consumers? What do they want? If you go somewhere and be like, oh, what do you like? You like bananas. Go to someone else and be like, I love bananas. Someone else love banana. How do you love your bananas? How do you like them? They'll be like, I know I love the ones which are yellow, but they have black stripes, And the other one, this one, the one that are dotted. Once you get that, you know how these people want. And if you bring that, that's a market.
So that one brings us to the whole point of transparency and traceability.
Yeah.
Consumers want to know where this cabbage came from, where these fruits came from, where this fish came from.
Yeah.
So if they're able to trace that these cabbages came from Nyandarua, they can trust it easily.
Yeah.
So if there is no traceability of this produce, then it becomes a little bit hard. And I'll ask one question. Between you going to shop your greens at the local market and you going to shop your greens in the supermarket, which one seems reliable?
Now. For me, that's...
For you.
Okay, let me speak
Don't overthink. Which seems more reliable?
Okay, for me, it depends.
In terms of
the market,
your health, wellness, your and the traceability of.
Okay, supermarkets are more, they're cautious.
Do not tell me which one seems more appealing. Which one will you go for, especially if you're considering all these issues?
Okay, now I'm not trying to be biased.
No, you're not trying to be biased. You are just an innocent consumer.
Yeah, I'm just it depends. I've seen the consumers, the supermarkets, how they check. Before they buy whatever you're selling, they make sure they come to what you're doing, to your farm, and see what they're coming to what they're purchasing. They're sure they send someone. I think that's what they do. And then for the products too, they're sure this one, whenever you check it. Now, if you want to run a supermarket, just give a bad review about it. That's done. For Mama Mboga, even something that if you give a bad review, people start doubting it, and that's how they lose customers.
There was an expose that was done by one of the media stations concerning meat sold.
Yeah, meat and all that, you lose customers. So they're always cautious about what they're selling, and they always want to know the background.
Okay.
So I feel like we go to the ground and do that. So I prefer, if I go there, I know whatever I'm consuming is safe. If you go to the market, because I've ever seen this something happening, it's so weird. These people, okay, at the markets, Pale Marikiti, morning, how these people come, pour vegetables, and for these people to take. You see the remains. This person comes, collect the remains, and take it. Because it's the waste that these people, they didn't want, they unwanted. Ile nye mebaki chini. On a quarter. They pick it, go take it to, outside now that marikiti place and sell it to the outside people, not knowing these were the leftovers this side, and you buy innocently. The hygiene content.
So consumers want to know imetoka wapi?
No, huwezi jua. You won't know because you're like, they're good. You just others wash it with the running water, the one which is having sewage, But the streets, you're being sold just anything. People don't care. They just care about money. So for you to be safe, just be sure. And you, that person, you won't find that person at that same spot. Today you'll find that person here. The next day they are not there because maybe you bought it and you've reached the house and they're like, no, this is not what I bought. It's
Yeah,
you start wondering why I just bought them. They were good, but reaching the house, it's not.
I had someone give a testimony, and she was saying that she went to the market one day. She wanted to venture in tomato selling, but she was a retailer, so she will go buy from the wholesalers. Okay.
Yeah.
And go sell somewhere else. And when she took, she had gone for tomatoes, she chose, and she had them ready, and she was leaving. And definitely for tomatoes, kuna zile ambazo zimefinywa. Unaona? And there was this woman who was coming to pick them. And so she was like, okay, mbona unachagua zenye zimefinywa? And she was like, yeah, she cooks there. She sells food. So consumers generally want to know or have a desire to know whatever they are consuming. Okay? Then we have the cultural diversity. Some of the advantages that people are embracing what was meant for others. They're even planting the same. So it expands the whole issue about market and reaching other people. What are some of the changes? We spoke about digital engagement. Consumers nowadays want something that is very fast, very, very fast. In fact, companies that have opened digital platforms of selling anything are actually because nowadays there are platforms you can even order sukuma wiki.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
You're like in the comfort of your house, you're ordering sukuma wiki to come and cook.
Yeah, and sometimes you can order cooked one. It's already prepared. Maybe if you wanted it boiled, just boiled and they bring you. Why don't you talk about this after the break?
That's so nice. That's so nice.
It is. I'll come to tell you how I ordered my, I don't know if you understand this, but director, please take us for a break.
These are some of the consumer preferences that I think as a farmer you can engage in. Think of buying, where you can preserve so that everything remains fresh even as you come to the market. And I think as we come back, we'll look at some of the technological advancements that will have really ventured in the whole issue of market analysis.
Yeah.
We're taking a break. We'll be right back.
Smart farmers know savings are important. They can help you through hard times, like when you have poor yields, or help when buying inputs in the new season, paying your labor, or if you want to start planting a crop you have not grown before. Work out how much you can afford to save each month and stick to it. If you can make extra money, add it to your savings. Say, for example, you need 20,000 shillings for the next planting season. Plan to save 5,000 shillings each month for 4 months. Think about where you'll keep the money that you're saving. Bank is a good option. Your money will be safe, and if you keep it there for long, you can make interest. Remember, some bank accounts you have to pay for, so try to find one that's free. Keeping your money on your mobile phone is also good. have healthy cows that produce well, you need to feed them with enough energy from fodder crops, proteins from supplements like dairy meal and legume plants such as caliandra, along with minerals, vitamins, and water. For a healthy cow weighing 380 kilograms, it will need to eat 1 bale of hay a day, which is the same as 20 kilograms of fresh fodder. If you are growing your own fodder, you'll need about 1 acre per year to feed 1 cow, 1 heifer, and a calf. Good fodder grasses include disease-resistant Napier grass, Bracharia, and Panicum grasses. If you don't have enough land to feed your cows, then you'll need to buy extra fodder from other places. Remember to always have clean water available to your cows. If you want your cows to produce plenty of good milk, make sure they are always well fed.
Welcome back. This is Farm Drive, and we are talking about market analysis and the trends that are still on. And we're looking at the advantage where, as a farmer, you can place yourself in an advantaged position to maximize your profits and minimize your losses. And we are continuing with our discussion. And in the last segment, we want to look at some of the technological advancements that have come with the modern markets. And as a farmer, as you're doing your market analysis, you can think about them. Some of them are so minute, so small. Okay, very small. And we talked about digital marketing. Very easy.
Just in case you're joining us, this is Farm Drive right here to Farmers Media, where we connect land and grow. My name is Boss Queen, and of course, I'm having this gentleman here. His name is more of Japanese. I don't know. I can't even mention it.
It's so simple. You guys around my name. It's so simple. It's Gyosha Mbogwa. Very simple. I think I've tried.
I'll just go with Mbogwa.
I've tried explaining it to you.
The other one is Korean. I don't know if it's Korean or Japanese, whatever. Remember to follow all our social media platforms at Farmers Media on Facebook, at Farmers _ on Twitter, and at Farmers Media on TikTok. And of course, visit our website www.afarmers.com to follow all this conversation going, and make sure you don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel at the Farmers Media and hit that subscription button.
Yes.
So that anytime we are on air, you just see and you just come on board, watch, get informed, learn, and of course connect with other farmers, grow, get to give us the experience. And as we continue with this discussion, before we went for a break, I'd say that I'll come to tell you how we used to, the digital marketing, whereby you can order anything you want at the comfort of your home, anything you want, farm product, just using your phone.
So
either your phone or computer.
Farmers engage in the whole digital marketing.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So what you ordered was...
Okay, there's this, I can't really mention the app.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, for some reasons. But if you want to know it, you just come to my DM. Just ask in the comment section. I'll give you the app. I'll type it right. So you can order anything related to groceries, fruits, kitchen related.
Okay.
So I ordered mixed, we call it kienyeji vegetables. Kienyeji.
Whatever you were telling me yesterday. Totally kienyeji.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's there is pure kienyeji and mixed kienyeji. And let me tell you the mixed one. The mixed one, iko hapa, top notch.
So farmers can engage with such companies?
Yeah, you can, because they mix for you those in a digital, in a platform, like let me say that one, you get varieties. There's one who just pay like there's those which is cooked, some cook, just boiled, preference, like some are dried. Have you ever tasted the dried onions?
No.
You're missing a lot. I know you don't understand that.
No, on.
Like the onion is fried and then dried.
Oh, okay.
So it's fried and then dried.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's dried, what you have to do is just dip it into hot water to get that. Mix with food, like to get that, it's so sweet.
Yes.
Others prefer eating it like the way it is. It's sweet still. So you find such in that platform. So if farmers, in that platform, you can register as, you are a seller and you be like, this is what I sell. You just take a picture, post it. Now, and you post the details, what it entails, the prices, and also if you do delivery, whether the delivery charges you include there, such that someone may be like,
I can buy direct from that farm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Others decide to be like, now, I do, the wholesale or sell that in large quantities. Like in case of tomatoes, they sell with crates. Then they be like, 1 crate goes for this. We do delivery anywhere you are. Our production site is in this county. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're in Nairobi or you can be outside. I sell maybe cabbages or maybe tomatoes, and they'll be like, this is where I get this person from. There's that trust built. They'll be like, we're transporting it tonight, maybe from a different county. It'll reach you by tomorrow morning. And I'll be assured that they'll get to you. So sometimes it has cut this the saving time of you going to the market, waiting for the lorries to you start buying. Sometimes you get that due to the commotion, you might your tomatoes might get spoiled, or you get. So this one just brings to the comfort of where you are. If you have a market right here in Kitengela, just make a phone call, place your order, and be like, this is where I am. This is where you're doing the delivery. Just bring it to you.
Farmer, I am releasing my produce after I found a market.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to look for a market.
Okay, sometimes not necessarily you looking for a market. You are a farmer.
Okay.
You just say, this is what I found. Someone just come, like a how do you call them? The brokers or mid something. There's a name. So this person, they just be like, you're a farmer. What do? You sell this is what you produce. You produce tomatoes. 1 crate, how much are you selling it? You'll be like, I'm selling it at 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000. And you'll be like, okay, I'll give you 4,000. But now you go to online platform, be like, 1 crate of tomatoes good for 4,500 or 5,000. Delivery at your doorstep. Now you see, I'm the farmer. You just come. You are paid. You come. Give me my 3,000. Take the tomatoes to the person who you are taking to. You distribute to them. You paid. So for you are not getting in contact with the tomatoes. Mm-hmm. Yours is just mediating. Okay. You want this, the broking, like how brokers do. Yeah. You get. So if you don't have the market, someone else might find the market for you, and you get your money. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I feel like the new tech is really improving on a lot of things. It's like, initially it used to be like, no, I wanted to plant capsicum. Now where am I going to get the market? Like, or you've planted, there's no market. There's the people you are trying to call, reach out, they be like, I needed it a long time ago, but now I'm sorted, I got. Now you end up feeding them to the livestock, Yeah. But nowadays it's simplified. You just go online, look at it, you find farmers, even others on social media, they just post, I buy tomatoes, I buy this at this price. Yeah.
And we agreed that even at the present day, you can use your social media handle to market your produce.
Your produce.
Yes. And
Yeah.
make a story about what you do. Now, finally, because I think we only have around 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There is a huge move of people from the rural areas, and they're moving to the urban areas. And this has had a great shift and an effect in the market. So we are looking at some of rise in demand in terms of new markets in the where people are moving in, that is in urban areas. So these are also existing markets that farmers can engage in. Then we're looking at urban agriculture, where people are engaging in their small spaces. They're doing farming there. Then you're looking at the e-commerce apps where you can do all that. There's also innovation of technology, and that we're going to look at it. And there are also jobs that are created in the rural areas, because you look at the government is looking at the bigger farms that have been left in the rural areas, and they are bringing up irrigation schemes. So the whole issue of about rural urban migration has really revolutionized market and brought in a new market for agricultural produce.
Okay, one thing I like about the rural urban shifts, and the local market is the value added processing.
Okay.
It's one of the best.
Yes.
This is what I mean by saying value added processing. This is why you go to that kibandaski where kibanda. Not kibandaski is another term.
Okay.
You get the meaning.
Yes.
It's to that mama mboga place, and they do the pre-cut of vegetables. They chop for you vegetables. You're only going to just cook. You don't need to go try to do and all that.
It has the same price.
The same price. And the other one, you find that they've packaged. You've ever to be into the supermarket, the butchers where they sell chicken and all that. It's already packed, different quantities with whatever matching with the prices.
So
eggs are packaged.
Funny fact that if you want meat was 50 shillings,
you get it's packed. Okay, there are those which are packed. There are those which like I'm just trying to fill in the value added processing, whereby everything is simplified. You no longer need to go, you need meat and you were like you're going to queue on a certain butchery. You can get it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, you just go to the supermarket. They're always there in the fridge, refrigerators, they are preserved. You find fish, you want to cook fish for your own, from the scratch.
Yes.
They are always there. There's a time I went to this supermarket. There's this big fish. I don't know if not the big fish you're thinking. Now, the fish which is big. Kenya, we've decided to use vocabularies and,
Yes, the other ones
you cannot use because they've been tampered with.
Demographics.
Yeah. Now,
Gen Z.
the fish, it was so big and it has been dipped into the freezer, and I was like, damn. Now, I was so curious and asked, can someone just buy this and carry it? And they're like, yeah, you can. But if you need a smaller quantity of it, we can still cut and measure. And I'm like, wow, this is hilarious. You don't need to buy a whole. You can just buy a piece what you want. And I feel it's a nice move of which you can. I don't think, initially used to be like, if you want to eat meat, you can only eat meat on a certain specific day because of the availability and, the distance. But nowadays, you can even decide to eat meat on breakfast and you're cool. Like
you order and
it's brought. Thanks to technology, like, imagine right now you could just be going to. Imagine you went to eat chicken and you start running the chicken all around the compound trying to catch it, and because of fear, the chicken decides to hide itself in the bushes so that you don't eat, and that's how you miss.
Sleep hungry.
No, you miss the meat and you eat the sukuma wiki. Imagine.
Wow.
We are advanced.
So finally, some of, just to highlight some of the technology that has evolved and has really helped the whole issue of market and accessing the market. So one, we spoke about digital platforms. We spoke about what is called precision agriculture. Is where you can act remotely, where you have drones and all that stuff.
Then
yes, sensors,
the GPS, it's precision farming is considered the best.
So you're able to know the amount of fertilizer you're going to apply here, the moisture levels. We spoke about a simple way you can tell that this specific crop has had a lot of chemicals, so you can just test that one. Yes. So these are some of the innovations that have come in place. Any other innovations as we wrap it up?
Okay, the introduction of the artificial intelligence, whereby you and the machine learning, you get to know about a lot to do with agriculture through AI, and of which it has taken over. Right now, if we want to know how to fish or how to do fish farming, you just go to AI and be like, how do I do fish farming at this location? What do I need? It just gives you a whole information. Anything you want to consult, it's there and it's available. And these machineries, gone are the days when people used to, I think it's really fading away. To carry sprayer, knapsack sprayers, it's really fading. It's really fading. Right now, we have
working on dew and it's wet, it's cold.
I now imagine the distance of 2 or 3 acres length this way when they're spraying maize.
It began with the manual ones, then there were some diesel ones.
And then the knapsack. Nowadays, you just have a drone. There's this drone specified, and would we call it a drone really? And even the chopper. Just one round, it's done. You just take it down and you're done. Thanks to technology.
There is biotechnology, where we have crops that are resistant to something. We have done something to the genetic makeup, and this also has the issue of GMO and the rest, but it has come in handy because of the areas. There is a certain crop that can be planted somewhere. It has come so much in handy to the whole issue of market.
And also in terms of machineries and robotics, it's really doing good.
We used to see robots in cartoons.
But nowadays they're in real life. There's this lady who was trending on TikTok. She ordered food.
Okay.
And she was told a robot is going to deliver. And that was exactly what it did. So, to unlock the robot, you're given a code. They send you a code. So that code is what you enter to that robot for it to give you the food.
Okay.
And I was like, now, people are losing jobs. Instead of employing, let's say how many riders to do the delivery, like 20 riders to do the delivery, you only need 10 robots.
And they can move
as fast as possible. They just deliver and they're accurate. They no delay, nothing like traffic to, block them, because they are made in a way that they can walk, in a way that a human being can walk, but they're moving. Tech.
It's called tech. We have pest control. There is a way it has been so easy in terms of spraying, in terms of the pesticides themselves.
And also in pest control, we can even say that the introduction of resistant seeds, pest and disease resistant seeds and varieties that can resist. So even if you plant them, you're sure that they not be attacked by pest or the infestation will be low.
Yes, even transporting your produce to the market, if it's perishable, there are many host of ways where you can transport.
Preserve. The preservation.
Yes, preserve them when you're transporting them, when they're in the market, when they're waiting for another season. And the whole issue of value addition. We have companies, we have big machines that are able to convert the potato into crisps, into something else, pack them, give them a longer shelf life, so that the farmer is still in the market, even when he's not probably harvesting. There's a whole produce that is on the shelves, ready to be consumed. Yes, there are a host of technologies, a host of them, and it's. I think farming in the next 10 years will be a great venture.
Not even 10 years. In the next 5, we are in 2023. Let's give it 6 or 7. By 2030, things will be different.
I don't know what's your view, even as we call it a wrap and wait and then get into the weekend. A statement was said in the breakfast show that farming is just like marriage. It's not meant for everyone. I don't know if I've quoted it well. I know maybe you'll tell
I've never said that statement before.
What's your thought? It was said in the breakfast show, and I'm going to get it for you. Thank you very much for joining us today. It has been an awesome time. I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things, and you're going to engage in market analysis. And I know market analysis is something we do every day, but we can do it in a larger scale and intentionally as we look at the market and as we access these markets and maximize our profits.
Okay.
Yes.
And as we wind up today, I just have a message for you. This weekend, remember, accept people the way they are and place them where they belong. Remember, you're the CEO of your life. Just hire, fire, and promote accordingly.
Yes.
Yeah. So, mtrust kusumbue. Let nobody disturb you. You're the CEO of your life. Choose you. Yeah. That's all from me. Let's meet on Monday, the same show, right here at Farm Drive. I've been your host, Boss Queen KE. Remember to follow all our social media platforms at Farmers Media, Twitter at Farmers _ and TikTok at Farmers Media. And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is Farmers Media, and also visit our website www.farmersmedia.com. In case you have any concern, anything you want to learn about, make sure you reach all our social media. They're always open and we respond accordingly.
Thank you.
That's all for me.
Thank you once again for joining us. It has been an awesome time. As you get to the weekend, remember, nothing should stand on your way to bringing out the full potential that is in you. As you go through the weekend, take care of yourself and remember, there is greatness in you. My name is Gyoshe Mbogwa. I have been your host. Thank you very much. Have a blessed weekend and a blessed time.
Toodles!
See you then.